and gentlemen, coming to you live from his home in the Highlands of Scotland, the Harlequin of horror, the king of apocalyptic comedy, the one, the only, the award-winning Mr. Barry Hutchison.
Hello, my name's Barry Hutchison. I'm the author of lots of different books. Most importantly at the moment, this one, The 13th Horseman, which you can probably see some of. It's a bit too tall to fit on the screen. I'm making this video, it's a special video. It's for the New Zealand launch of The 13th Horseman, which you can kind of see here. It's all happening in Christchurch in New Zealand. Hello! Unfortunately I can't be there in person, because nobody would pay my flight. But the next best thing, I hope, is having me here on video, a face on a screen, like something from the future. So I'm going to make 3 little videos for you. The first one is happening right now, this one, and I'm going to talk about the 13th Horseman. There, and where the idea came from. The idea actually came from, well, I'll tell you first of all. Before I do that, I'll tell you what the idea is, for those of you who don't know. The 13th Horseman is about a boy called Drake Finn, pictured here. Drake's not having a very good time of it at the moment. His dad's not around, his mum has to work 4 jobs, and he's just been expelled from school after accidentally blowing the top 2 stories off the building and setting fire to a teacher. So he has to move to a new school, which means moving to a new house. And when he moves to that house, he finds a shed at the bottom of his garden. Now he assumes the shed is going to be empty, but it isn't. There are 3 strange men in there, and they claim to be 3 of the horsemen of the apocalypse. For those of you who don't know, the horsemen of the apocalypse are mentioned in the Bible somewhere near the back. And the idea is that come the end of the world, come Armageddon, the horsemen of the apocalypse will jump on their horses and they will ride across the sky. They're flying horses. They'll ride across the sky. So the idea is when you look up and you see 4 flying horses above your head, you know the time has come to brush your teeth and put on clean pants, because the end of the world is coming. So these 3 men claim to be war, famine and pestilence, 3 of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. War is a 7-foot tall Scottish bloke with mad ginger hair and a big beard and a scar running through one eye. Pestilence, because pestilence means disease and infection and plague and stuff. Pestilence is obsessed with the idea that he's going to catch germs, so he wears rubber gloves and a little paper mask. He's a hypochondriac, he always thinks he has some new unheard of disease. And last but by no means least is famine. Famine eats constantly. He's so grotesquely fat that he's had to trade in his horse for a little mobility scooter that he drives around in. He's so fat he uses his folds of flab as places to store food. So Drake thinks these 3 men are just 3 random nutters living in his shed, until the next day when he gets attacked in school by one of these things, a big flying metal sphere, and War, him, comes and rescues them and chops the thing up, and they go riding in War's flying horse. Shortly after that, the horsemen explain that they're missing Death. Death is the leader of the 4 horsemen. Death has gone mad out of boredom and is set off to bring about the end of the world himself, leaving them down a death. So they decide that Drake, pictured here, is the perfect person for the job, and Drake begins training to be the new Death just as the end of the world starts kicking off. It's got giant robots and flying horses and a fat man eating a cornetto quite slowly. Everything you could hope for in a book. But the idea came to me when I was about 17, so like half my life ago. I'm 34 now. I was sharing a flat. I was a student. I was sharing a flat with 3 kind of half almost strangers. We didn't really get on very well. We had nothing in common whatsoever. Most nights I went to sleep dreaming of smothering them to death with a pillow. And then I thought, no, don't do that. Don't kill them, you'll go to jail. Also, it's only for like 9 months. It's not like you've got to stay with them forever. And then I thought, but what if I did? What if I was stuck with these 3 people who I didn't get on with for the whole of time? Because the 4 horsemen were created at the beginning of time, and their job is to ride across the sky at the end of time, and they have nothing to do in between times. So all they do is sit there and play board games and bicker and fall out and get in one another's nerves. So they've all kind of gone a little bit mental over the course of their 6,500 years or whatever it's been since they were created. So that's the idea for the series. Well, not the series, it's a book. But there are more books to come, that's why I said series. But that's the idea for this book, pictured here. I will be back again soon with another video. I'll do a reading from the book, and then I might answer some questions in another video. But in the meantime, enjoy all the launch day festivities, eat the food. I'm told it's lovely. Unfortunately, I can't taste any because no one will pay for my flight. But, you know, have fun anyway, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.